And I'm pulling up the questions now. Okay. Discuss as a group what grade you would give Morgan for how he pursued Skyhook and why.
I think I'd give him a B plus, just because he didn't do so well on the marketing and advertising side. Because I don't think he really got any customers. I think that was their downfall, is they couldn't get any customers. But if they actually sold or licensed it to like smaller companies,
pursued Skyhook or managed Skyhook? I mean, I know it said pursued, but like in this case, does pursued mean managed? Because he already owned the company. He doesn't need to pursue something he already owns. Does my question make sense?
I don't really hear it. Like your sound is staticky when it comes to on my end.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I hear like every other word.
I didn't hear the first part of that whole sentence you said anyway, so I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
Like it's still scratchy sounding. It's just like it's been like static-y sounding.
Here, let me turn off this other laptop. Stop using other devices. They're taking up Wi-Fi. Okay. How about now?
It's better.
So does he get pursued, or how does he manage it? Because it doesn't make any sense for that question to say.
Like how he pursued Skyhook even though he built it.
Yeah, like why would he need to pursue something he owns?
Right. I think maybe just like pursue the idea. Like he came up with the idea. Like how did he pursue like going about starting it and stuff?
Well, I feel like he started a company before he had a product finished.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, hey guys, let's start a company. Here it is. But every other case study that we've done where people start a company off of an idea, they make the idea first, and then they have a working model, and then start a company. This guy started a company to try to build a working model, and that's just dangerous to me. Because like, what if that kind of technology is just in your head?
Right. So what grade would you give him?
C plus.
I was gonna say I'd give him a B. Like I think it was smart that he and the other guy teamed up and that they had like saw a relevant place to start a company. Like they were smart in that aspects. Like because they like knew even if they didn't have everything worked out yet, they wanted to start a company using this new Wi-Fi like idea. I don't feel like they went about it like like you're saying, Jason, like the marketing, like they like lacked that. Just like no one knew about it. It wasn't advertised well.
Sorry. Hi. Hey. So you're doing you're good.
So anyways, that's what I think.
I thought he just broke down. I was like, why is it so quiet all of a sudden?
Yeah, I was like, is it scratchy on your end too?
Yeah, it's scratchy.
Okay, so I was like, because yours is just fine. It's just his.
It's just his.
I was like, I don't know.
Well, I thought it was my computer, but then you said something, so I was like, it's probably his. It's either his internet or his. I don't think it's his computer, or I hope not.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Hello.
It's okay.
Hi.
We're done.
Sorry. This guy can for clean checks. He's trying to tell me stuff that isn't true, but whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
sorry. Continue.
We are on question. We just finished question 1, so now we're on question 2, which is Skyhook developed a pretty cool technology that has gotten lots of positive feedback. Put yourself in the shoes of Ted Morgan. Why the lack of sales? I think part of that goes back to what we were saying, like just a little bit earlier, that like the marketing wasn't good. Like they didn't really have any marketing to let people know about it.
Or they didn't have a product to sell.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think Wi-Fi was relatively new too.
What?
So not a lot of people were using Wi-Fi at that time, so it wasn't as big.
Yeah,
So I think people wanted to invest in the new idea.
that's true. I didn't even think about that. Because now I'm like, oh yeah, Wi-Fi. Who doesn't have
What's
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like a standalone service. You had to have another device, so just an integration to something that either exists in some cases or doesn't really exist in others. It just really depends. So obviously now it makes a lot more sense. Everything has free Wi-Fi, but back then when it was first starting, maybe not so much.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Skyhook developed. Oh wait, sorry. Review the deals below and describe the proposed deal, outcome, and lessons learned. Okay, so MSFT. What was their proposal? Can't even find it like back in the case again.
It's on page 6.
Like 300,000.
Page 6.
Yeah, it's $300,000 and an additional fee for every copy of Streets and Trips. I actually use that. That shipped with Skyhook's technology.
Sweet. And then what was the outcome?
They came up with another proposal. The one-time payment for $100,000.
With no additional fees. Ted knew that the deal had fallen through.
That day.
Yeah. And then what were the lessons learned? I think they learned that you can't really sell something that you haven't finished. Like it says, Skyhook's team would have to move quickly to build the system that they had just sold. Like they sold it before they even had it.
Even like, I mean, with the Steve Jobs stuff, they're like, oh man, maybe we can make a deal with Apple. We can finally have enough money to make the product to sell it to them.
Yeah. Like they don't even have a product to sell.
Yeah, they do. They sort of do. Like they spent the $2,000, so they know their product works when they have enough available Wi-Fi spots and stuff. It's just not integrated into anything else yet. But it does work.
Well, I mean, with the Apple, though, they'd have to like build it into the phone.
I know they did give it to Apple, and Apple was like, well, hey, testing went well. We'd like to buy it.
I didn't hear what you said.
Well, I was mostly joking because like they did give a product to Apple for testing, and Apple said, "Hey, testing went great. We'd like to cut a deal."
Yeah. How about E911? What was their proposal?
Theirs is basically the E911 didn't have a location-based emergency response system over voice over IP. So this gave them the that was the gap. They were the kind of the plug for that whole.
So this whole thing, this is cutting edge technology, right?
Yeah.
Have time. My question is, why is a small business doing this as a startup if it's cutting edge? Shouldn't this be like military stuff? Like U.S. government? Like, hey, we want this technology.
Stuff.
What?
GPS was military stuff.
UPS?
GPS.
GPS?
Yeah, a lot of that was like military stuff, military funding, satellites and junk.
Yeah, but like tracking locations type stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, the government funded that.
Over satellite. So, what was the proposal for E911?
Well, wasn't it just like they wanted some kind of GPS for like emergency services, and so they wanted to like build a system that allowed them to use that and stuff, but then later they didn't go through with it because it was like expensive, and the amount of capital it would take to like build what they wanted for like having everyone have the emergency service was going to take a ton, so they just like pushed it off.
Yeah, well, the FCC never ruled that VoIP phones had to have emergency location services like regular phones did, so they didn't ever actually have that gap. Like basically got taken away because they didn't have to include the technology. So you don't have to.
So what did they learn from that? I feel like they learned some good and bad things from that like deal. Like I feel like the good part was that like how in the reading somewhere it said after like the presentation or whatever, that they asked where they were staying and it was like the cheapest place, so it was like show they were like trying to manage their money well. So they learned that they need to like show people that they can do that. Like the money they're given, they're going to use well.
Right.
I feel like that was like one good thing that came out of it.
Sort of though. If like someone was staying in like the absolutely cheapest part ever, it smells desperate to me, kind of. Like
that's also true.
Like these guys really are like struggling for my money.
That's true.
So yeah, next.
Yeah. Okay. Nick, I don't know how to say this. Nokia. Nokia.
Like a phone?
Right. Yeah. Now that you say that, I'm like, yes, that's what it is.
How old are you again?
The whole time, like when I was like reading it to myself, I was just like, what? How old am I?
Alright, it was before your time. It was before your time.
Probably. I was like, I'm only 20.
Well, they still make fun.
That makes so much
You
sense.
guys remember how bad we wanted a Nokia?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay,
It's
so
like a brick phone.
there's this
That's why
running
I'm
joke.
how old you are.
Yeah.
I'm 31, and it's like, of course I know. It's like Nokia. Like that was like the little
It's a
candy
phone.
bar phone. Like it's just Nokia. That's who it is.
Okay, look up the. Okay, which one is it? Nokia. It's the 3310.
I remember I wanted a freaking S95.
Nope. The 3310. Did you guys hear that they're remaking that Nokia?
I
The
wanted a
indestructible one.
Nokia S95 candy bar phone so bad, and they came out with those N810 little tablet guys. Like the beginning and the existence of all like mobile tablet computing. Seriously, Google it. Google Nokia
Right, Ellie.
N810.
Nokia indestructible phone. I don't know. I don't remember what the model name
What?
was. Nokia indestructible phone.
Nokia English.
My mom actually had one of these, and I got to play Snake on it all the time.
I've never yeah, this must have been before I got a phone or something, because these are very old looking and I've never seen them.
This was like when I was in high school.
This is when I was in elementary school.
When I got my first phone, it was the cool razors were already kind of not as cool anymore.
I remember
Sounds
that.
about right.
That's hilarious.
That was the start. I remember it was now you have the slide out keyboards and then the little square ones that flipped up. That was when I was starting. That's the phones I remember.
Yeah,
My first one was the slide out keyboard kind.
Yeah, the Envy. That was my favorite phone.
A touch screen
LG.
though.
Oh my gosh! Seriously, Google a Nokia S95.
An S95.
Yeah, this was freaking baller.
It's the weirdest thing though.
Or the Nokia 810, the little tablet. Or wait, no, sorry, not the 810.
Yeah.
Where is?
Oh yeah, one of those. I think I remember those.
Well, what was the N810, right? Portable tablet.
I'm still looking at the S95. The 8 what?
Yeah.
Yeah, the N810 was like a little internet tablet with no wireless on it. The original one. It had a slide out keyboard, and it was this big. I wanted one of those so bad.
Oh, is that like the Windows phone?
No, it was Nokia though. It was the first phone.
Oh, the 8110.
What?
The 8110.
No, the N810. They had the N800.
I think it's updated it, so they have the same phone newer. But if you scroll down further, you can see it, and it's a little old version, where it's a slide out keyboard with this little stand attached to the phone.
Yeah, the N800 and the N810 didn't have cellular in them. They were literally just Wi-Fi tablets only. You couldn't make a phone call.
Look up the Nokia 3310. This is I kid you not, this is a brand new phone. 2017. They're bringing it back.
What in the world? That just reminds me of old people who have to have big keys and only the keys needed to dial or they get confused.
Well, they're trying to remake the old indestructible phone. This is supposed to be the new indestructible phone.
And they were free and indestructible. Little candy bar phones. Holy cow. I remember I really wanted an E65. That was the pre-BlackBerry almost.
Okay, just enough information. This was the cool phone. What was it?
I think it was the E65. Yeah. Sorry, that was a huge tangent, but that was great.
Okay. So what was their proposal?
I don't know. What was their proposal?
I know it was
Sorry,
like something.
okay.
It was like they wanted it in their phones, and they provide a location. They had like already invested in Navtech or something. They spent $8 billion,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Sorry.
they
that
like
was-
were wanting to work with Skyhook, and then they were like, "Oh, you want us to pay you?"
What? Like
It was like
business?
in other yeah. Oh, I was like, yeah, no, really, that's what it was like saying. Like they were like in other meetings with Nokia, a key stumbling point was Skyhook's requirement that it get paid for its service.
Yeah, sometimes it talks about giving up for free, and I'm just like, why? Why? Why?
I guess though, if you're like, I don't know, like, you know, with Apple, Google was willing to do it for free.
Yeah.
It's so weird though, because like it makes sense for like an ecosystem like Apple or Google to offer something like that for free because they control the hardware. But for Nokia to want Skyhook to offer their service for free, it's like we're the back end to your hardware. You're the one attracting people, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the outcome?
They had to go with a bunch of little minor contracts, didn't they?
Yeah, I think the I'm trying to look.
Like they met with them 60 times, wasn't it? It was 60 times, right?
They met with them a bunch. Yeah, 60 meetings.
Like you'd think like before 60
By
meetings, before
then.
like number 3, you'd have like, yeah, this is what we like kind of want.
Yeah.
Because they presented several options. Like I'm just scrolling down through here, but like they're like, okay, maybe we want like 30 cents to $1 per device, depending on volumes, and like if you're not going to pay us, we could even do it for free, but like we get to do like ad placement, that kind of thing, which is crazy to think about. If Skyhook would have been able to do that with Nokia, again, Nokia being like the largest phone manufacturer on the planet Earth
At the time.
What?
At the time. I don't even see Nokias at all anymore. I can't remember the last time I saw one.
Right, no, but at this point they were freaking huge.
Yeah, it says they were the largest.
Obviously, they didn't jump on this opportunity because I think if they did, then Nokia might still be around. But it does, I guess maybe it doesn't actually all hinge on this one deal.
Well, they're still around. They just sell really cheap phones now instead of making smartphones. They just don't make as much.
Where did BlackBerry go? Sorry, I keep going on tangents about other phones.
I have the BlackBerry Hub on my Android phone.
You know, I wanted that BlackBerry Storm. That looked cool. All right, sorry, I'm doing it again.
My mission president got a BlackBerry Curve when I was on a mission, so I was like, dude, that is the sweetest phone. And so I came home and I bought one. It was like $500.
Yeah.
It was awesome though.
Yeah.
I remember like my dad had a BlackBerry and he like did not want to give it up, and like his work was like, you have to, like, you need to get like an iPhone or something else, and he's like, the BlackBerry though.
What do you say?
I had my curve for
He wanted his BlackBerry. Like he was like, no, I don't want to get an iPhone. I just want to keep my BlackBerry. Like you can't do that.
because Blackberries were awesome. Like seriously, I had my BlackBerry curve for 5 years. Same phone, 5 years.
That's
And it was
impressive.
awesome. It's so.
This is my
I
first-
actually turned it on the other day. I actually went and got in my closet and turned my curve on. It actually works still.
I miss the Envy. Oh my gosh. What was it? I don't even know who made it. It was Beverly.
LG.
It was AT&T.
LG.
What?
LG.
LG. Oh yeah. I forgot LG made phones. Gosh.
They
The
still
world
make.
has really changed, you guys.
They still make phones.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they still make.
I think so.
Most recent ones are like the V10. That curved screen phone. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, moving right along.
Okay. Who benefits from the technology? What problem does it solve? Who has this problem? Do the business decision makers and the companies above feel the pain that the solution solves?
Well, we benefit from the technology.
Yeah. What problem does it solve? So many problems. Now you can have maps on your phone that give you directions.
And locations of friends. Now it's
Yeah.
like,
Find my friends.
Yeah, my friend, you can spy on each other. Yeah, great.
It is sometimes creepy though, like how accurate it'll be. Like I'll be sitting somewhere on campus and my friend will find me. And they're like, oh yeah, I just followed the blue dot till I got here. And I'm like, okay. Like they don't ask you where you are anymore. They just find you.
I went to well, obviously I went to California, so I used Google Maps on my phone a lot, right?
Yeah.
To get to like different beaches and stuff. So Google Maps will actually allow you to go back in your history, like your daily history.
Yeah.
I can actually see everywhere I went with my phone in that week, including dolphin and whale watching. There's literally a beeline out into the middle of the ocean, a little loop-de-doo, and then I come back in. That's included in my travel. So I can see exactly where the boat went to go, chase a whale.
So
That's interesting.
my family actually, we do this one app. It's called One Touch or something. Life 360. It's not, no, it's the Life 360, and and my whole family is in it, so we know where each other are. I got a text last week from my mom, and she said, "How was the movie?" I'm like, gosh dang it, she was at the theater. And sometimes I'll get me like, "Hey, your battery's almost dead," because it'll tell other people how much battery life you have left on your phone too.
That's weird.
Why?
Well, let's see this. Let's say your kids grow up later and say, "Oh, sorry, my phone is dead." No, I can totally see here that it was not.
Okay. Because that's not creepy.
Yeah, no, it's like that's too far.
I mean, it doesn't bug me. I never lied to anyone about my phone being dead or anything. So
Yeah. But I
It's
just
not-
feel like it's not a need to know thing.
yeah. Well, okay. Let's say there is a couple who doesn't trust each other. One of the couple is cheating, and that's how they catch them. Oh, my phone's dead. Or I was at the store. No, you weren't.
You're at Bob's house again.
I feel like I kind of like this technology because it'll keep people more honest.
I guess that's true.
I don't think it would keep people more honest.
Well, and plus, like, let's say I get a girlfriend and she says, "No, I don't want you knowing where I am. No, I don't want you knowing these things." That's a red flag for me. Like, I'd just be like, okay, well, if you really don't have something to hide or don't trust me knowing where you are, then obviously you're doing something that I wouldn't like, or you're somewhere where blah blah blah.
I can also see the other side of that though. It's like well, you obviously don't even trust me if you need to know all that. You know what I mean? There has to be some level of trust.
That's me. I don't want to have to make them go through the effort to trust. Like, just let them trust me. And so, like, hey, if I am so transparent that they see everything, they're going to be more trusting towards me.
There's there's some company, I guess, that was trying to develop like a texting and driving app, right? Not an app,
Yeah.
but like a device in anyway, East Side.
Oh, I have that app.
What?
I have that app.
No, it wasn't an app. It was technology for the police department to be able to plug into your smartphone and pull the most recent timestamps for texts and stuff when you were like on your phone. So like if you had an accident,
Yeah.
something like that, they could like pull the data from your phone without ever having you like unlock your phone or log into it or anything.
I feel like that's almost fair though, because there's so many people who like text and drive, and so.
Oh, I agree. But my first thought to that was like, dude, I'm gonna come up with an app that like just totally jacks that machine and like feeds a whole bunch of BS, or either does that and corrupts it forever after, like just destroys it. Like just makes it like spew insults or something. Like, oh yeah, the phone was last active at, hey, go jump off a bridge.
I forget what it's called, but it'll like monitor your driving, and it'll give you like driving tips and stuff. And it was like on the news, like it was recommending everyone to get it.
They have so many things that it's like
EverDrive.
text and driving apps now.
Called EverDrive, and log in. Okay. Apparently, it's not been running in my background, but it'll just run in your background. Then when you log in, it'll give you a score between 0 and 100. Be like, hey, you need to quit spinning your wheels. I don't know how it knows that I'm actually spinning the wheels.
Yeah, it's like, that's weird.
But then, like, oh, you need to slow down at stop signs. Make your stops longer and smoother. Because usually I'll just go up to a stop sign and stop right at the stop sign instead of slowing down gradually.
Yeah, I'm very opposed to anything monitoring my driving. I would fail miserably.
Oh, and it tracks where you're going. Oh, I got it on my last trip. I got a 4-star. Sorry, what?
If I had to get that for like an insurance company, I'd be like, no, thank you though.
Oh, that's true. Insurance companies can say better your score, the lower your rate.
Well, isn't that like Allstate already does that? Like, if you have that like plug-in thing, it'll like tell you how you're driving, and you get like discounts if you drive good.
Dude, okay, so it's so funny. So it'll track each trip. And my last 2 trips, I got a 4-star out of 5. But before that, I got a 2-star and a 3-star. Oh man, this is awesome. I haven't looked at this in a long time.
Okay. What problem does this technology solve?
Cheaters. Sorry, what?
Okay, we'll go with that.
Location accuracy for smartphones.
Yeah.
Because like GPSs aren't super accurate, at least they weren't at that point. And if you're tracking like 5 bajillion people all at once, it'd be very difficult, and it'd take a lot of bandwidth on a satellite to do that well.
How many satellites do we have up there now?
What?
How many satellites do we actually have up in space right now? You know what?
There's a lot, like so many to the point where the destroyed ones, like have the destroyed ones that have like broken apart, have created like a little like ring around Earth.
That's so cool.
So when they launch a new satellite, like that space dust will actually just like shred and destroy new satellites a lot of times.
That's so cool.
It's not a good thing.
We're making it harder. We're making it harder for ourselves to just go visit the moon.
What?
We're making it harder for ourselves to just go visit the moon.
Yeah. Anyway.
So who has this problem?
Well,
everyday people.
Everyday people.
Like, and even now, like nowadays, everyone uses their phone. So it's like nowadays that would be a problem for everyone if you didn't have Wi-Fi. Like in GPS, you use it for your phone to like get places. You use it to get better internet. Like, oh, do you want a location accuracy?
Yeah.
Like the internet nowadays, it's like, I don't know.
They should persevere. I think we already know the answer to this one though, but like persevere, come on.
Yeah. Do the business decision makers in the companies above feel the pain that the solution solves? I don't feel like they did as much at the time because it was such a new idea, like you guys are saying. But it was like, oh, it would be nice. But it wasn't like a necessity in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but neither was like having the latest and greatest smartphone.
Yeah.
I need an iPhone 12 now. Anyway,
Okay.
continue.
Cool. Vote. Which strategy option do you favor? Local ads, selling the company, or persevere?
I say sell the company.
I said sell the company as well.
Why?
Two birds with one stone. They get funding, and it's not their problem anymore.
That's basically, I was like, they just don't have the money and like resources. Like if they sold it to someone that already had that, they can make it like really great and like actually convince these like larger companies to work with them. But right now it seems like all of it was just kind of falling through and they're like, oh, we could do these deals, but we will still have to build it and we don't have the resources to actually do that until you pay us.
I think they should
like
do with
it eliminates risk.
yeah.
What?
They need to meet with Steve Jobs still.
That's true.
Yeah, but I feel like it eliminates risk because when they sell the company, they eliminate the risk of revenue because if someone else owns it, they're going to have investing until it works. But if they stay just to themselves, it's a bigger risk because hey, we hopefully this works out and we get people to sell products to.
Yeah, I just thought it was like too specific of a thing. Like local ads would only work to a point because only like it's only gonna affect some people. Like not everyone's gonna be interested.
Well, right, but if
I feel like spending a bunch of money to try to get some people to like join was like that effective.
But local ads are basically exactly what Google does now.
But like, isn't this more local, like local location, like in their area?
Yeah, go to Google Loco. It's when you're driving and stuff. If you have Google thing like set to like tell you stuff, it'll suggest like restaurants or whatever to like stop.
Yeah, I just feel like that's different than saying you could like sign up for a Wi-Fi GPS service because they do it more on like a company basis, not an everyday person. What did you guys say that they should do then?
I said sell to the company too, because I don't think local ads work as well because I feel like their target market is like tech companies. So I don't think they'd be able to reach out to potential customers. And then I feel like if they keep going, they'd have to acquire more capital and resources. It'd just be too hard. Just sell the company to Apple or something.
Okay, fine, guys, you win.
What did you say?
Well, I said I said I thought they should persevere. Like if they could get the money, I feel like they should at least see what their next meeting is.
Well, I agree with that. Like, I feel like with Steve Jobs, if they can get this deal, that would be huge for them. But like currently, based off other things, it's just not going so great.
If they face plan it with Apple, then yeah, maybe they should just call it good and just license the software or sell it, like you said, to somebody who really wants it. But
Okay. Convince everyone in your group that you have the right plan. For each of the options above, discuss how likely Skyhook will be to succeed given the following circumstances. Current team skills, resources, and the business model. Start with local ads. Can they succeed given their current team skills? Using local ads.
Did we already discuss all that?
Sort of.
Like we discussed the resources more.
Well, resources just for technology because they have better funding and they have more things at their disposal. Because whoever buys them is probably going to start featuring their product that they just inherited. Right? Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. And cash. I don't know about people. Current team skills will probably stay the same. No matter what they do. Yeah, the only thing that would change there for their options is if they sell the company. That's the only thing that really would improve those 3 points. Well, 2 of the 3. I don't think, no matter what they do, I don't think their current team skills will improve. Dealer?
Clear eyes.
Are we still talking about local ads?
No,
Yeah.
we're talking about number 8.
You kind of cut out, so I wasn't sure if you were talking about local ads.
Number
Well,
8.
eight is you have to discuss each of the options above. So you have to go through all 3 of those things for local ads, sell the company, and persevere.
Okay.
This case is just not that interesting. It's just like one of those cases that you're just like it's just not.
So, which one are we on? Are we on persevere?
yeah, I think so.
All right. Yeah.
Persevere.
If they persevere, they will get no more team skills. They won't have any more resources, and their business model will be exactly the same. If they do local ads, their team skills will be exactly the same. They'll have less resources, and their business model will be exactly the same. If they sell the company, they'll have the same current team skills. The resources will improve with cash and technology. People will probably still be the same, and business model could improve based on who buys them. Did I cover it? Number 9?
Yeah.
Number 9?
Yeah.
Number 9. As a group, prepare an agenda for your call with Steve Jobs. Best alternative, something. I just know it's best.
Best alternative to negotiated agreement.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that thing. When we had our hockey league thing, remember?
Or what?
Or when we negotiated the hockey league terms.
The hockey league?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember. Really?
Do you say
The
hockey?
That must be a different class.
When me and Jason had to negotiate the terms of the hockey.
Oh,
league.
it was a different product. Because you
Yeah.
said, did you say hockey league? Like the sport hockey?
Yeah.
I've never read anything about hockey in any of this.
No, it was for something else. It was like we wanted money, like an agreement, and we wanted like 5 million, but you only wanted to give us this much.
I think it was
Yeah.
for a tech company. It wasn't for
That-
hockey.
That
Yeah.
was for that juice or that tea and coffee place, wasn't it? That Seattle business.
Was it the Mumate?
Lumate.
Was it that one?
That's what it was. And because we were worried about it, like we wanted to stay organic and healthy.
By the way,
I can't remember what.
by the way, Lee, that reminds me, I did look up the hot Kool-Aid thing. Because I accepted your terms for you.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Wait,
DATNA. That was all.
hey, Kelly, would you like some hot Kool-Aid?
I never saw it.
Kelly?
I'm just asking you, would you like some? If I came over to your house, made hot Kool-Aid, would you drink it?
No.
Why not? I did it for you.
That was the premise of the whole movie, the video.
That's
Except
really-
for lots more banter in between.
God, Kelly, you're a jerk. But I do something nice for you. You don't.
Well, that's just gross. I put ice in it first.
That's funny because you sound exactly like the video.
Seriously, just go watch it. Just type into YouTube hot Kool-Aid.
I will. Okay.
It won't be. It's funny. Okay. So what is the best alternative to a negotiated agreement? That Steve Jobs offers to buy our company flat out
Yeah.
for the technology. And you
So what,
just
he
have
buys it flat out and we go home?
Yeah. Like instead of doing it for them, they'll just buy what we have. Like all the patents, everything.
But are we still employed or do we go home?
No, we sold the company.
Yeah,
This is-
just sell it.
Run the
This
company.
type of a company, they don't need the people. They just need the technology and the patents.
Okay.
They've got their own people.
Okay.
Or you get a job at Apple, I guess. I don't know. Which could theoretically be kind of cool if they, just got hired by Apple, except now they have all of.
I've never liked the idea of selling a company, leaving it.
No idea what you just said there, but okay.
Oh, I said I never liked the idea of selling a company and then just leaving it.
What are you talking about? You never liked the idea. You like for like a bunch of our case studies, you're like, no, they should just sell it. Just get out. You always want to sell it.
Yeah, but that's because based on the terms and conditions and the what's it called? The criteria is different.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But in this guy's case, he doesn't want to retire. He doesn't hate working. He didn't invent something.
But maybe he just doesn't like trying to sell this crap anymore, and it's too hard, and they're running out of money, and he wants to pay off his second mortgage on his house, and
So sell the company,
Well,
make a lot of money, continue working for them, and make more money. Money, dollar signs, not pies.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed that conversation.
So I think Jobs' interests are the fact that he does not have a GPS in his phone, so that eliminates the need for another chip, so he can save he's there. And get more accurate locations-based services, theoretically, than the other guys with GPSs installed. He called you because he wants you to feel flattered that he would condescend to meet with you. And so you'd sell him your crap for a low price. Who should pay? I mean, I think Apple should pay for the software.
Yeah.
Really, there's a benefit to this company for paying a company.
Yeah, no, like I can see why they do that though, because it's just like, okay, we know this other company, it's not too big, and we know they benefit off of us. So, like, I've totally tried to swindle things that way before. Like, oh no, you're gonna pay me for allowing you to help me.
It's
Yeah,
like
but
complicated in the sense that I get that, but at the same time, like when does it end? You know, do you have to keep providing the service and for how long? And
I feel like they have like two business model options, right? But option A basically means that they figure out a way to distribute a full form of service, like a complete form of service. And that would make sense if they were just trying to tap these phone companies for their overall marketing, right? If they're just trying to get in front of that many people. So it would only make sense to pay Apple if they could basically get an agreement where they're on Apple devices and they're able to serve up local, locality-based ads. That makes sense. But then at that point, instead of being like a positioning type software company, all of a sudden they're a marketing company, which they don't have any experience with.
Mm-hmm.
So on the other side, they're just a piece of the puzzle right now. It makes a lot of sense to be able to integrate it with a more complete set of features, in which case, it'd be easier just to say, hey, you need this for your smartphone. Will you buy it from us? And, call it good. Because now it completes your feature set. We don't have like a complete product by ourselves, but by integrating it to your product, now you have a complete product. So you should pay us whatever money to make your product complete. Because it's going to take a lot more effort for them to become a complete product versus trying to complete somebody else's product with this really fancy integration.
that's true.
At this time, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Back pre Kelly.
Yeah, I don't know what a Nokia is.
Yeah, bear back 1 sec.
Okay, how big is this opportunity for Skyhook? It's huge.
About this big?
Time opportunity. Oops.
Could be
It's
a
real big.
game changer.
How's your carpet, Jason?
What'd you say?
I said, how's your carpet?
My butt's
I must be
getting
pretty
tired.
comfortable. Okay.
I was gonna stretch, but I was like, we're almost done. There's no point in standing up.
So, yeah.
Sweet. Okay, now we can just do a review or a summary.
We should wait until Connells is back for that.
Yeah, he'll have something to say.
Sound the company.
Something boisterous and loud and contradictory. Totally controversial. Oh no, I got an A- on my rent juice case analysis. Why? Oh no. I went to the grading page. When you guys go to the grading page, do like all the videos start at once. Sounds like a small course of our teacher. Yes, no, maybe.
What about it?
Which videos are you talking about?
Every time you go to the grading page on B483,
Yeah.
a small course that starts up of our teacher. Hey, all the videos start talking at once.
Oh, really?
Really?
That doesn't happen to me.
Mine don't autoplay.
Oh, mine all autoplay. So like 4 videos all start at once. It's like,
That's funny.
hey. My rent juice. I made mistakes in my calculations.
I feel like you cannot dock you for that. Like, it's not a math class.
Well, I got the wrong. I asked him. Like, I was like totally. I didn't do well. It was only 18 out of. He only docked me 2 points.
Oh.
So like, I still got an A-. I have. Let's see, what do I have? I have 1,052.11 out of 1,081 points in this class. Kelly's like, I have 100.
I don't even know. Yeah, you have more points than me. I only have a little over 1,000. Well, I guess there's only like a little over 1,000. I don't know. Sometimes I just decide it's not worth the stress.
Which one are we on?
No. Still haven't
We're
they?
waiting for doing a summary.
Oh, okay.
I figured
Okay,
it'd be more appropriate
summary
if you're
time.
getting
Okay, for the summary. We
So,
think, yeah, most of us think that you should sell it.
Because we don't see any benefits in doing any of those other things.
You're breaking up, Connor. I can't hear you. We think that you.
But we're breaking up? Don't do this to me, Levi.
I'm sorry, Connell. Your thing's blanking out. I can't see you anymore. All right, sorry. So yeah, you guys are in agreement before we do our summary. We agree that they should probably sell their product so they can get out and maybe go live their lives and make investments in other stuff that they can actually do by themselves.
Yeah.
Versus struggle along until they have a death rattle.
Exactly. Yep.
And die. Great. So who wants to present our summary, or is that a summary right there?
Summary done.
Yep. And if they get this job though with Apple, then that might change things. That's what we also discussed, saying, like we said, that if they do get this job, then that kind of helps change things for them. Then they'll have the resources now and the money potentially if they get paid. So it could like help the company get other clients.
Yes.
Yeah. But it'd also
Indeed.
be probably good too if Apple just bought them out. Either way.
Yep.
That's our summary. Yeah. Sweet.
We all concur.
I'm going to stop the broadcast then.
Fantastic.